Deborah woke up with a pounding headache and swollen eyes. She hadn't slept much, not with that message replaying in her mind all night. By morning, Lagos was already alive. All cars shouted at drivers, struck in traffic. Keke horns bled down the street and the smell of akara frying at the corner shop drifted into her window. But none of that distracted her from the sick twist in her stomach. Her phone buzzed. Good morning, baby girl. Time to obey. Wear something nice today. No long skirts. I'll send location later. Don't be late. She stared at the text in disbelief. What does he want from me? She whispered. Still, she obeyed. At breakfast, her father sat at the table flipping through his Bibles, his glasses resting low on his nose. Deborah, you look different today, he said, eyes narrowing at her fitted jeans and blouse. It's just casual, daddy, nothing serious, she replied quickly, forcing a smile. Her mother raised a brow, but stayed quiet. The silence felt heavier than usual. After breakfast, she headed out, her phone vibrating with a location pin. It was a cafe in Lekki. When she arrived, the guy in the black hoodie was already there. Except this time, he wasn't in a hoodie. He wore a crisp white shirt, gold chain, and a dark shades. He looked like one of those flashy Lagos boys who lived for Instagram clout. You came, he said, grinning. I was beginning to think the Holy Spirit convinced you otherwise. Why are you doing this? She asked, sitting reluctantly. Because you fascinate me, he replied, sipping his iced latte. All my life I've seen fake people in Lagos. Politicians, pastors, choir girls, pretending to be angels. But you are the perfect hypocrisy. Pastor's daughter by day, fire dancer by night. You are my personal Nollywood movie. Deborah clenched her jaw. You can't keep me like this forever. He chuckled. Forever? No. But long enough to enjoy the show. Her phone buzzed again. This time it was Chika calling. She ignored it. Rule 4, the guy said, noticing. Your friends don't get to know. You live this double life for me. Only me. If you sleep, you trend. Her chest tightened. He leaned closer. Now let's test you. Tonight you meet me at another spot, not a church program, not a choir rehearsal, a place where View Lagos lives a secret party. You will come, you will dance, and if you don't, he tapped his phone, the thumbnail of a nightclub video flashing on the screen. Deborah felt her stomach dropped. Fine, she muttered. Good girl, he smirked, then pushed a drink toward her. Now, smile, baby girl. You are living your truth. That night, as Deborah got dressed for the party, her hands shook so badly she could barely zip her gown. She looked at her reflection and whispered, This isn't me, this isn't me. Yet, deep down, a dangerous part of her, the party that came alive on dance floors, and a neon light whispered back, or maybe it is. Hi everyone, thank you for listening to our stories this far. We know you enjoy our stories very much. Please do well to subscribe, leave a like, if possible share to your friends, because this helps us to know the type of stories to put out there and to know if our story is worthy of the listeners. Thank you very much. The streets of Lekki glowed under neon signs and headlights as night swallowed Lagos. Deborah's taxi slowed in front of a plain warehouse with no signboard. Only the muffled thump of bars leaking through the walls gave it away. She hesitated. Her palms were sweaty. I can't do this, she muttered, but her phone buzzed again. Inside, don't chicken out. She took a deep breath, adjusted her short gown, and stepped out. The bouncer at the door looked her up and down. Password. Before she could stutter, a hand slipped around her waist. It was him, the guy in shades. Tonight, he wore a black designer jacket, smelling of expensive cologne. "He's with me," he told the bouncer, flashing a grin. The man nodded, and the heavy door swung open. Inside, it was like another world. Strobe lights flashed across sweating bodies. Afrobeats and amapiano shook the room, vibrating through the floor. Girls in glittering outfits moved like they owned the nights, and boys with bottles raised their hand in reckless joy. Deborah froze wide-eyed. This wasn't like the small lounge where she danced before. This was raw Lagos nightlife, hidden from the eyes of people like her father. "Welcome to the real Lagos," the guy said, leaning close. "Tonight, you are not Pastor Samuel's daughter, you are mine." He led her onto the dance floor, placing a drink in her hand. She shook her head. "I don't drink. You do tonight." She hesitated, then sipped. The burn hit her throat, but the music drowned her doubts. Soon, she was moving, slowly at first, then letting the rhythm take over. People around her cheered. "Pastor Pikin get moves, oh!" Someone shouted, and laughter echoed. Her stomach knotted. He didn't know who she was. The guy smiled wickedly. "See? You belong here more than those in those pews." But as she spun and swayed, a flash caught her eyes. Someone was recording with their phone. Deborah panicked. "Stop!" she shouted, pushing through the crowd. The guy caught her arm. "Relax. You are trending already. Might as well enjoy it." Her chest tightened. "You promised." "I promised nothing. The city decides who you are now." Tears pricked her eyes, but then something shifted. For the first time, she wasn't thinking about her father's sermon or the church gossips. She felt a strange thrill, the kind that comes with danger. The beat pulsed through her veins like freedom. And then she saw him, across the room, near the bar. A familiar face stared at her in shock. Daniel, her fiancé. His jaw dropped as he watched her. The same Daniel who had slipped a secret engagement ring on her finger 3 months ago in quiet whispers at a hotel. "Deborah," he mounted. The world tilted. The music blurred. Our double life had just collided. Hi everyone. Thank you for listening to our stories this far. We know you enjoy our stories very much. Please do well to subscribe, leave a like, if possible share to your friends, because this helps us to know the type of stories to put out there and to know if our story is worthy of the listeners. Thank you very much.